email from Anne Montague, who is one of the Rosies that we've got over here today, and she told me that since most veterans that are still alive, American veterans, have reached the age that that they are probably no longer with us anymore in just a couple of years. She mentioned the importance of the Rosies who are still here. We still have the same age, but yeah, well, most of the women get older than the men. And she told me that now it's their turn to pass on the stories, since they are the first ones that are still alive and were part of the Second World War and the tragedy, and but also the strength that they put together back in the 40s for the men that were serving the country on the front. I was quite touched by that, especially since well, most of the persons that James knew, was friends with back in the 40s, back in the 30s, they are probably no longer with us in just a couple of years, and that was actually also the thing that got me going in this whole quest. I thought it was really important to find out who James really was, what really happened. And of course I knew he died here at Groesbeek, but it was also really important to find people who actually seen him, known him. So that's why I went to Morgantown, West Virginia, of course. And it all started in Margaret and at the cemetery with just one name. Some people already mentioned that. And we have Morgantown then as well, which is wonderful. I made some really good friends in Morgantown. It was good to have the bridge over there. We opened a bridge named after James Wickline just a couple of years ago, which was the first connection between the Netherlands and the United States, thanks to the offer that James Wickline brought here for our freedom. And now today is also really special, of course, since the last place that James was part of here in Groesbeek is also going to be part of that triangle, the Groesbeek, Margaret and Morgantown triangle, I would like to call it. So once again, I'm really, this is just wonderful that we finally reached this day. And the need to find out more information about James Wickline, I can truly say that that's something that I do not feel anymore, because I think we've experienced so much during these 15 years now on this quest for James Wickline. To be honest, I wouldn't like to call it a quest anymore, but it's more like a journey in the Wickline Triangle, as we can call it, but also a journey in which people, have helped me a lot over the years. We have the Liberation Museum. Thank you very much for all your help the last couple of years. We have the Airborne Friends, of course, who have been really helpful in what we see here actually today. The parachute, it's quite touching, I have to say. It's quite honorable to end this day here for the quest and to start something new, actually. I think we now know a lot about James Wickline. Most of you have already seen the Ageless Friends documentary, and I think it's also time to move on. We have captured James's story. We've captured a lot of stories about the veterans here, and we will of course pass it on. It's not just the bridge was really important for me, since it was it wasn't something that was just there in the moment, but it's also there for the future. And this sign will also be not only be here for today, but it's also there for the future, and that will pass the story of James Wickline on, the sacrifices that they've made for our freedom. And of course, we have the Rosies now that are the next persons to keep on telling the stories. And it's important to keep strong together, to keep on telling the stories to the younger generations, teach them about it, about the sacrifices. But first of all, I'm of course really thankful for what we're doing here today, for James Wickline, for all the others that gave the most. And as they say in America, all gave some, that's what they say, and some gave all. Thank you very much.